This message is for Pisces, for any placement in Pisces. My messages are timeless, so if you're drawn to the reading, there's something in it for you. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. I'm going to start. I've got a couple messages for Pisces and a couple of affirmations to start. So the past is over, and it's time for you to move forward and let it go. The affirmation that you're going to need is the past is over and I let it go. This is a new day, one that I've never lived before. I stay in the now and enjoy each and every minute and moment. I do not allow my past to control my future. So I also have another affirmation, and this is to help you move on from the past and to start claiming your power and claiming the days, because you are a divine being. It's time for you to start claiming that. Today is a good day. God, show me what I should do today. Show me what I should learn today. And something good's going to happen to me, and something good's going to happen through me. We are blessed to be a blessing. You are a divine being. You have a purpose here. The past does not define you, and it does not set forth the future. It's time for you to start living in the here and the now. And it's time for you to realize that you are not your past. And let that hold go. It's time to move on and move on into something beautiful and positive, because Spirit wants you to. Okay, that's the channel message I have for Pisces. So we're going to begin with a postcard for Spirit. Postcard from Spirit, I'm sorry. And dearest you, as you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts are that powerful, and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear and often masquerade as the truth. Yet the real truth is that essentially, all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. Those are the ones we want you to keep thinking, and they have a less frantic quality. They're stimulating in a good way and don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them, love yourself, and then choose the thoughts you want the world to reflect back. Life is not as hard as you think. So that was a beautiful postcard from Spirit. Next, we're going to get a crystal mandala oracle for Pisces. Spirit, please provide me with a card for Pisces. Please provide me with a card for Pisces. And we'll put this postcard from Spirit up here too, just so you can see it. Spirit, please provide me with a crystal mandala for Pisces. Okay, this one wants to keep popping out. So we got Relief and Repair, Ascended Master Mataji, and Crimson Cuprite. And that's number 36. 3 and 6 make 9. So there's some endings and conclusions wrapping up, which goes in line with the messages of leaving the past behind us. You've been doing a lot of work, but it's time to finally put the past behind you where it belongs. We bring you the blessing of relief and repair. Our warmth and nurturing will restore and rebalance your body, mind, and soul when the light of Spirit burns too brightly. Spiritual light is like the light of the sun. It brings life and joy, but too much can burn. If that happens to you, you will feel overwhelmed, overheated, overexcited, or overstretched mentally, physically, or emotionally. We will help you recover and increase your ability to be exposed to spiritual light again in the future without becoming overloaded or burnt out. We ask you to soften and relax into our rich red energy now, which nurtures you with the cooling, restorative life force of the Earth Mother. We shall help you naturally discharge excess energy while we revive, strengthen, and fortify you with our nourishing grace. On the path of light, there are many highs, beautiful visions, stunning inspirations, and transcendent experiences of bliss, love, and peace. It can feel amazing. Yet like the uplifted and inspiring light of the sun, it is possible to have more of a good thing than you can handle at any one time. Overexposure to spiritual light feels great for a moment and then feels terrible afterwards. The body and mind can feel burnout, overloaded, and confused. The great high followed by a dreadful low. You may feel emotionally unstable and even overwhelmed by so many inspirations, but with no real plan as to how you can bring them to life with methodical, practical steps. The spiritual light can help you live your divine destiny. But for it to shine brightly and show you the way rather than burn you, you must learn how to balance your love for the light with devotion and care for your body. The calling in of spiritual assistance is a key aspect of spiritual growth. The energy of your spirit, your guides and angels is very real and is the equivalent of turning on more lights in your soul house. Whilst more light can make it easier to see what you're looking for, and that is so often right in front of you, if you have too much light going on, especially over a long period of time, you may unwittingly cause the circuits to ignite and burn down the house. You don't want this to happen because it doesn't feel good and it doesn't help you on your path. You need enough light to see and grow by, but not so much that it becomes more important to you than the need to care for and respect your body. There are times when the body just needs softness and time to simply be and express itself in a spontaneous, carefree way. It needs to be like a little child, happy and allowed to play and feel good. It needs to switch off from thinking about spiritual matters and doing healing work now and then. You need discipline to continue to grow on the spiritual path and to heal yourself. And if you balance that discipline with self-loving, self-caring attitude, it won't be difficult to keep up. The Oracle of Relief and Repair comes with a message about your spiritual growth. You may or may not have been aware of it, but you are learning to call in more spiritual light into your body, your mind, and your life. Perhaps you have been praying to the universe more, asking for help. Perhaps you have been meditating more often or reading spiritual books and opening your mind to new levels of consciousness. Or perhaps your soul has just been growing, even if you don't quite know why it is happening or recognize it consciously. This is all good. However, your body needs time to adjust to the increase in light. If you just keep going without taking a short break, it would be like continuing to eat and eat and eat without taking time to digest and eliminate in between meals. Although you may be eating very good quality meals, in time it won't matter. It will just become too much. So this oracle will help you. It's time for you to take a short rest and repair now, so you don't become unwell or overloaded and need to take a much longer break later on. You are being given healing and you need it. When you have a strong spirit that has conditioned your body and mind to simply keep up, it can be easy to forget that although your spirit is an unlimited being, your body and mind exist within a reality held together within the parameters of time and space. This means that although your spirit doesn't need to sleep or recovery time, your body and mind certainly do. If you're not in the habit of asking yourself if you need rest and responding when you realize that perhaps you do, or if you don't often notice your own cues for needing rest and therefore end up sick or exhausted, then this oracle comes to you with compassionate grace. It is an express message from the Universal Mother asking you to melt into her warmth and restoration. She is offering you a chance to be repaired by her healing power. It is highly suggested that you give yourself the opportunity to receive it by doing the healing process and then resting for a time. This oracle also indicates that any situation that may appear to be never-ending is not so, and any brokenness of the heart or will, defeat, or apparent failure can and will be resolved and restored through the hand of her radiant grace. She will bestow her blessing of relief and repair upon you and your life situation. Allow her grace to resolve your life circumstances as she sees fit, so you can be received by her rich, warm life force. When the Divine Mother turns her attention to a matter, there is no such thing as a lost cause or inevitable defeat. Her ways are many and her resources are great. When she decides to animate something that may have otherwise seemed devoid of life, her power is that of the phoenix, rising again after all has seemed lost. Allow her to serve your body, mind, and spirit in the way that best serves you now. Surrender into her tender, loving care. The healing process for this, and to integrate the guidance, say this invocation. I call upon the crystal angel of crimson cuprite and ascended master Mataji, who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing blessing of relief and repair. I take delight in the divine restoration without limitation. I thank you for the healing grace of life and vitality that you bring to my body, mind, and spirit now. May the tender, reviving love of your embrace be felt by all beings in need. Through divine compassion, unconditional love, and my own free will, so be it. If you wish to further integrate this guidance, place the oracle card with the mandala image facing upwards at your feet. Gaze down at the image, relax, and breathe in and out several times. So I'm going to bring the mandala closer so that you can see. So focus on that mandala. Gaze down at the image. Then say aloud, I choose of my own free will, through this and any lifetime, and through all layers of my entire being, to unconditionally receive the healing gift of relief and repair from the Divine Mother. Through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. Next, bow your head and imagine the mandala. And say, may divine love bring the Divine's Mother of gift, relief, and repair to all beings who can benefit from her unconditional love. May all beings be happy and free according to divine compassion and in service to the great divine plan of love unfolding, so be it. Then I want you to say aloud to finish your process, this affirmation, and repeat it 3 times. I receive the blessings of the Universal Mother unconditionally. I am blessed with her warming grace of relief and repair. I receive the blessings of the Universal Mother unconditionally. I am blessed with her warming grace of relief and repair. I receive the blessings of the Universal Mother unconditionally. I am blessed with her warming grace of relief and repair. Thank you, Spirit. Now we're going to get a Lightworker Oracle for Pisces. Spirit, please provide me with a Lightworker Oracle for Pisces. Whoop! Okay, well, that one went flying. Love it. So we've got Spiritual Decree. And you actually got one more that fell at my feet. I was only going to take one, but we're going to take it. And it is the first ray of power. So, Spiritual Degree. We're going to cover that one first. So you've been doing a lot of work. You're reaching new levels of consciousness. It's time for you to agree it, and you shall be it. You've been doing so much work, though. As we can see, you got the relief and repair. So it's time to take a time out and rest. Realize that what you want wants you. And this has been a recurring theme. So Spirit's trying to get your attention and let you know what you want wants you to. And it is time for you to trust in the plan. It's time for you to take a short rest because you've been doing so much inner work. And Spirit is acknowledging that. You've been wondering what will happen next in your life, not realizing how much power that you have to decide that for yourself. What is it that you're wanting to happen next? Are you willing to use your divine birthrights of free will, voice, and empowerment to set the cosmic wheels in motion? If your answer is yes, then it's time to speak your truth to the universe. Decree it, and you shall be it. You've been praying for help, asking for a map, and wanting directions. You are wise in the ways of receptive, responsive approach to life. It is spiritually mature to trust the greater building power of the divine to direct your course. And yet the wishes in your heart are part of how that happens. Divine destiny is not something that just happens to you, but it's something that you co-create as a living spiritual being with free will and divine love beating in your heart. You're being honored for your ability to ask for guidance and wait for signs. You're also being asked to set intention and develop faith in yourself, to trust in what your heart yearns for, what you love so much that you're willing to go through the discomfort of growth to see it come to life. It's time for you to have the experience of seeing your intention blossom into manifestation. This does not mean that you have to make things happen. You're not responsible for how your manifestation occurs. The universe unfolds according to its own genius, of course. But you're responsible for the words, beliefs, and intentions you express that are the seeds of your personal creations. The universe then responds in its own wise and powerful way. When you get this oracle card, it comes to you and it's telling you it's time to speak your truth. What does your heart truly yearn for? Focus on it and say it aloud. Don't be afraid to speak your dreams, desires, wishes, and fantasies. Sometimes it is only in daring to speak them aloud that we really understand what it is that we want. This can be terrifying, liberating, exciting, and life-changing. It can be the moment that we grow into a spiritual adult, becoming willing to take responsibility for our life journey. Will you speak your heart's truths now? Feel your words moving the energy from deep within, transforming your truth into sound and releasing it as an intent to the universe. Don't worry about finding the perfect words. Just speak freely from your heart. Give yourself permission to express your deepest desires and then let go and trust. Your invocation for this is, by the divine authority in me, I intend to create, attract, and enjoy, for the greatest good of all life, a life of abundance and love, well-being, fulfillment, joy, and wisdom. I am willing to take the journey to grow into the fullest expression of my beautiful and true self. May these words be divinely empowered to create my reality. Love, peace, happiness, trust, surrender, grace. And if there's something else that you want to create in addition to this, express it aloud now. May the power of voice and degree, the power of spiritual authority, always be tempered by grace and divine mercy. Through unconditional love and my own free will, so be it. The next one you got is the first ray of power. And this one really is about recognizing your own power. And it goes right along with spiritual degree. And like I said, I can see you've been doing so much work. You've been praying. You've been asking for divine guidance. You're wanting to know what your purpose is, what it is for you to bring to life. And your card, even your postcard from Spirit, as you think, so you will experience life. The first words of that, all this is going hand in hand. I love the synchronicities of Spirit. So the first ray of power is energy of conscious destruction. It can be used in a healthy way to eliminate the past and allow for a fresh start. The first ray also carries the frequency of leadership. It can assist you to stand in the truth of your light so others can find their way by it. It helps to strengthen your willpower so you can accomplish any task you choose. The Ascended Master El Mora brings you his particular blessing and encourages you to believe in your own strength and take the initiative on what matters to you most. If you're confused about which path to take or whether to continue a certain relationship, a certain course of action or lifestyle choice, the first ray of power will clarify matters for you. When it moves through our lives, whatever is holding us back will be removed, either through circumstances seemingly beyond our own control or by our own actions based on a sudden inner knowing. When the first ray of power is indicated, a long-term plan that was once important to you may suddenly seem as though it needs to change or even be released altogether. Or you may suddenly get the motivation to go for something that you've been dreaming of for a long time. Once this ray affects your life, your understanding of what is helpful and what is not can change overnight. The changes will feel very true, freeing, and helpful. Those people, dreams, and opportunities that remain in your life afterwards have survived the onslaught of divine will. This means that the universe is confirming that they are meant to be a part of your journey at this time. The first ray of power also relates to matters of leadership and politics. Be open as to how your spiritual journey might be helpful in the world of politics, whether that be through aligning yourself with a cause that resonates deeply in your heart, or through bringing a more open and discerning viewpoint into the often deceptive world of politics. Speaking your truth will be very helpful at this time, not only for you, but also for those around you who are willing to hear your voice and make their own choices from a clearer place within. Don't be afraid to be heard. If it is your life purpose involves driving a meaningful political cause forward or assuming a position of leadership in some other way, you're going to feel the truth of this and be given encouragement from the Ascended Master El Mora to trust yourself as a leader with heart and awareness. Finally, when this ray makes it into your life, it's time to accept the loving gauntlet being thrown down by the universe and take your hands off the controls of your life. Detach and be curious. The universe will show you exactly what you need and remove what you do not. If something or someone is no longer a part of your life, it will be so that a more beautiful, truthful, and satisfying version of what you are surrendering can come into your world. Remember, the universe loves you and wants only the best and most beautiful life experiences for you. Trust it enough to let this happen for you now. Your invocation is, I now accept, of my own free will, the blessing and grace of the first ray of power in my life. Through unconditional love and divine mercy, I surrender my life into the loving hands of the universe to align me with higher will in the most beautiful expression of my life journey. I call upon the loving assistance of the genuine Ascended Master El Mora in all aspects of this process, and I ask that the first ray of power be expressed in ways that serve the greatest good on this planet, that all beings may walk their divine path. Through divine grace, so be it. So I so much love this for you, Pisces. And I'm loving the synchronicities. You've been doing so much work. There's something you're trying to birth into the 3D. You have the power. It is time for you to degree it, and you can be it. But you first need to take a little bit of rest and repair, because you've been calling in so much prayer, so much guidance, doing so much work, that there's an overload of spiritual light that it needs to be grounded into your physical body. So a way that you can do this is reconnecting with Mother Earth, which goes hand in hand with the relief and repair card. And you can go barefoot. I think I said this a couple of readings ago. Go barefoot. Walk on Mother Earth. Stand on the earth for at least 15 minutes. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself growing roots from your feet that are growing down into Mother Earth. Let her heart beat into you. It's time for you to ground yourself so that what you want to bring into the 3D can actually start to form. There are so many synchronicities Spirit's been calling to you through the last few readings especially. So it's time for us to accept this, and it's time for us to do our part so that we can co-create with her. But for us to be able to do that and to bring our dreams to reality, we've got to take some time to rest and repair and reground to Mother Earth. So I'm going to get a chakra oracle card to see what chakra it is that you're needing to work on right now. Spirit, please provide me with a card for Pisces. Spirit, please provide me with a card for Pisces. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so see, we got the inner strength card, and this is the solar plexus. And this is with our self-worth, realizing that we are worthy of our dreams. Realizing that what we want does want us. It's time for us to gather our inner strength. It's time for us to speak our truth. It's time for us to realize that we are love and light. Do you see the light? It's like lightning bolts coming from the heart, but it's coming from down, going to the heart, and then it's coming out the crown. So that's Spirit directly speaking to you, saying it's time for you to realize how much love you are, how much I love you. It's time for you to love yourself the way that I love you. Realize that you are worthy. You are a being of light. You have a message, and you have something that you need to birth into this reality, and what you want wants you. Spirit has placed it in your heart. So I love you so much. That's all for right now. Sending you lots of love and light.